Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. It might be your first time. Perhaps it is.
My name is David Woodmead, otherwise known as Bits. Is this our first time again, is it?
Well, it feels like that. It's been so long.
Has been a while. How long has it been? A few months.
It has been a while. You know how some people, when you get to a certain age and if you're a single person, you haven't managed to lie down with anyone of the opposite sex for a while.
Yeah.
You reclaim your virginity. Can we reclaim our podcast virginity?
So this is like our debut.
Well, it's our first time.
So we're popping our cherry.
Something like that.
Along with this beautiful glass of red wine.
Is that fair to say?
It's fair to say.
It's been a while.
So if we're a little bit rusty, forgive us, folks.
I don't really
But
know.
I'm sure those loyal fans out there are still listening.
I don't really know how to do this. So how do we start?
We start with, what have you been up to, Len?
Well, I've been up to lots of things. I'm getting married in 2 weeks.
Well, that's partly why. We've been very busy, haven't we? Both of us.
We have been busy. I bought a house since we last had a
so
podcast.
much is going on. You've bought a house. You're about to get married. We've been to...
It's real life things. Real life things.
Real life things. You know, this is massive in life.
Yeah.
We have a mate's Bucks party. We had a mate's Bucks party a couple of weeks ago. We have yours coming up soon.
We do, yes.
It's hectic. It's
and
flat out.
That means there's plenty of banter about.
There's plenty of banter. And there's plenty of banter to follow as well.
Oh, there is. There's always plenty of...
After this, you know. It's the beginning of the new Summer Banter Podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Series.
Absolutely. Now, Vince, what's been happening in your world?
In my world, been pretty busy, mate. Been very physical lately. I mean, what do you mean?
Let's go into that. Been very physical lately.
Just been out, training a lot of guys on the tennis court and that type of thing.
Yes.
And just, flat out, mate. Plenty of stuff going on in the life of Bid Meat.
Well, let me draw your attention to one of those things.
Here we go. Well, I was late for something else.
No, not at all, not at all. Facebook. This is a Facebook reference.
Yes.
Apparently, you were tagged in a photo recently. Do you want to talk about that?
Probably been tagged in a few recently.
You have been tagged in a few. Just
been reasonably social.
Cute couple. I'll just throw that line out there to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to, for the fans of the banter out there, allay the fears, talk about whether you are in a couple, whether you're in a relationship?
No, not in a relationship. No.
So what was this cute couple?
This is interesting with Facebook, of course, because it causes so many... it causes a bit of a stir, I reckon.
People see things and they draw conclusions.
Of course, they draw conclusions.
They draw conclusions.
Bumped into a friend I hadn't seen for a while, and we had a photo. Oh, we're going to get a photo. Yeah, it wasn't my idea, but yeah, no worries.
To be fair, you do love a photo.
Well, I was looking forward to it. I had a good pose going, but no. And her friend put the photo up and put hashtag cute couple up there. And,
That's caused a stir.
I got a few inquiries after saying what's going on here.
So people thought you were taken?
Yeah, all of a sudden.
People thought you were off the mark?
Straight away. Yeah, hadn't heard anything about it, and bang, Facebook.
So not true?
Not true.
So just Facebook getting you into trouble. Has Facebook ever got you into trouble before?
Not really. I mean,
I've heard stories
about liking people's photos. Like a girl likes a guy's photo, or a guy likes a girl's photo. That type of thing. And who is this? What's going on? Why are you liking their photos? Just that's the general one I think that goes on a lot.
Well, I think also the one that I think that annoys me the most, a bit like how you got tagged. Well, the fact that other people can tag you in a photo, I think, is inappropriate.
You should be able to approve the tag. Perhaps.
Yeah, I think you should be able to. You definitely need to approve the tag.
Yeah,
and the other one is people checking you into places.
Checking in.
That's just certain troublemaker there, isn't it?
It is.
Hi, honey. Yeah, I'm just on my way home. Andrew has been checked in at the such and such farm.
Well, what happens if you got a bit of a stalker or someone who's a bit keen on you? You get checked in. Half an hour later.
They know where you are.
They rock up. Yeah. Oh, hey, fancy seeing you here.
I just don't like the check-in.
No, I don't like the check-in
don't like being checked in at all. Now, you mentioned the Bucks party the other week we went to.
Yes.
A friend of ours, Bucks party we went to. Very fun day.
Good fun.
Lots of fun had by all. The previous day, went fishing, though, because I went down early as a weekender. If you want to go down for a full weekend, you could.
What do you like as a fisherman, Len?
Well, I'm not really a fisherman at all.
Okay.
I think I was pretty
Did you catch anything?
No, I didn't. But... I mean, the main point for me is fishing ultimately really is, it's just another way to have a drink, really, isn't it?
Just an excuse to have a drink.
Because you're just sitting on the water, you're holding a bit of rod and line in the water.
You could be reading a paper, really.
It was very cold out. We went out at dusk time.
So it wasn't vigorous, like, chuck the line out, really.
Well, you don't do that the whole time, do you?
You don't really. I guess it's a relaxing pastime. But to me, fishing it's all luck, isn't it?
It's complete luck.
How can someone say they're a good fisherman? There'll be people out here listening and, oh, no, you can be a good fisherman. Oh, absolutely. No, but it's all luck. The fish goes, he sees one line there and he sees another one there and he goes, I like the blue one. I like that bait there.
This is my favourite fisherman line. I think this is a good spot. How do you even know?
No, I guess there's renowned good spots.
We've got to move. This is not a good spot. And then the other classic when you're out, particularly when you're out on a boat. We're out on Port Phillip Bay, and you're out on a boat, and there's a couple of boats milling over there. What boats do? They go, oh, maybe they've got a good spot over there. There's a few boats. Everyone goes over to that spot.
Is that right?
Not really a good spot.
No.
That's just where they decided to draw anchor.
Our friend Tim, who you went with, he's supposed to be a bit of a super fisherman, isn't he?
Yeah, he
backs himself in.
Look, what I like the most about fishing is, I went with a few gun fishermen on this little fishing expedition.
Yeah.
I was as good as everyone else for at least the first
hour. Of course
hour,
you were, mate.
Because we're all on zero fish.
Exactly, it's all even chance. It's the luck of the draw.
So I just thought, here's a sport that I'm as good as the best people, supposedly, and I've been playing for an hour.
Go join the tour. There is a tour, I think, in America. Ridiculous. It's
getting a massage.
Yeah, go on.
And I think we might have discussed this once a couple of weeks ago about the idea of get a massage and it's a little bit too soft. And you sort of wonder the point of, you sort of, they're massaging you and you're going, it's not really doing much at all here. And it's ultimately just a warm-up for the real massage, and it never materialises. And that at the start of the massage, you might say, I want it a bit harder.
Yeah,
and
they go a bit harder, but
it's not really that much harder.
It's not really that much harder.
So
I think they're going to hurt you.
Do you feel ripped off?
I absolutely feel ripped off. I'm getting to the point... Well, and I'm late 20s. I'm 30 next year. I'm getting on a bit where I don't want to put up with that kind of stuff. If I want a service, and we should have the right. If halfway through it we go, sorry, this is not hard enough. I've asked 3 times. I'm out. Done. Not paying. Would you ever do that?
Three times.
Well, you've asked
me back 3 times.
No, you've asked them to go harder. Yeah. During the massage a few times. I want someone to rip me apart when I get a massage. I want to be hurting in there.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. You want to know that you've had a massage.
Something else that's, I guess, along those lines. This is kind of that's remedial therapy type thing, but hypnotists.
Well, I really want to be hypnotised.
Do you?
I just don't reckon it'd be possible to hypnotise me.
I have a friend who has been seeing a hypnotist.
Yep.
For the reasons being, she doesn't want to care as much about her boyfriend. Doesn't want to care about their issues and arguments.
It's a really odd reason.
And be a bit more blasé with it. And be, I guess, not as highly strung. So she's seeing a hypnotist.
Who is it?
I feel like I was about to slip it out then. Well, I'm not going to tell you who it is.
I know who it is.
There. You probably know who it is.
Oh.
Anyway, seen a hypnotist to try and care less
about
problems with her boyfriend.
They did the old clock in front of the face?
Oh, that's what I wondered. Do they get that long clock with about a foot long kind of...
on the chain?
On the chain.
Just look into my eyes? Or is it a bit of look into my eyes, magic sort of stuff?
Well, no, you got to follow the clock though, side to side, right?
Or just follow my finger sort of thing? Is that?
But, so if you were to be hypnotised, what would you like to be hypnotised? What would you want to achieve?
I just don't reckon they could do it to me. I really don't reckon they could.
No?
No, I just don't think they could.
Yeah, you're too strong. Your mind's too strong.
I think so.
Of course you do, Helen. Not good at much, but I'm bloody good at everything.
To borrow a line from someone else, but I'd really think a hypnotist would struggle to get me under. You'd be susceptible to a hypnotist.
Why? I'd go with it. I would. Actually,
you would.
I'd say, bring it on.
You'd drop off.
Yeah.
You'd drop off.
Absolutely.
But we should maybe both go to a hypnotist.
We should. And then only the other knows what they've been hypnotised and what the trigger is.
And tell them what the that'd be so good.
Yeah. Because she has trigger words as well.
Oh, what are the trigger words? Oh, when the boyfriend says something.
Yeah, so if I don't know what it is. Like, it'd be like, be calm, relax, or something like that.
No, he says something along the lines of, hey babe, I know I haven't seen you all weekend. I'm going out to the pub. And normally she'd be like infuriated.
She goes, relax, be cool.
And she goes, yeah, no worries, babe, that's fine. Go to the pub. I'll just see you next week, hey?
Something half an hour later just snaps out and goes,
how was my girl
where the
voice
hell
then?
is he? Yeah, no, your voice is alright.
But yeah, would she snap out of it? How long does the hypnotism last? So he's off at the pub. He comes back blind later that night, crashes on the pillow, snores. Is she still under the spell of, that's okay, he's allowed to go out with his mates and have a boozy night? Or is she seething on the pillow next to him going,
Probably seething.
I need my watch in front of my face so I can get calm again?
Where's the hypnotist? Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting, though.
Now, Bids, you've got some housemates. We've got a housemate here.
Yes.
Bit of an interesting story for you that's come up, and I don't know, I've had housemates in the past. I guess this is...
You've had plenty living in London. And
plenty of housemates. So I just thought I'd touch on a few of my favourite housemate stories.
Yeah.
Just to give
Dirty dishes is number one on the list of, I guess,
I reckon
housemate traits that
dirty dishes is big.
stand out.
I reckon one of the big ones that I used to really get annoyed with was in London. I had a housemate that would just pinch your juice.
Yeah, I know that one well.
So-
Currently, actually.
Oh, really?
Pinch your juice and your yogurt.
Oh, well, so you just...
And your peanut butter for that.
You buy...
for that matter.
I rarely buy juice, and when I buy juice, I buy the fresh, delicious juice. So
do I.
Only a litre.
I'm a massive juice consumer.
Oh, well,
Got to have some kind of flavour in the fridge.
flavour in the fridge.
Yes, definitely. Can't be going water or milk all
Well,
the
see,
time.
now that I've bought a house, I'm just on the water diet. But,
Yeah.
you know, I've
Notice when I open your fridge every time I come
You
here.
do have a little look around.
What is with that habit? I
Sure.
can't help myself.
I know. But the juice dealer, I mean, is it anything worse?
And you're buying premium.
I'm buying premium juice.
Yeah, we're looking at like $6 a
$5
pop
a
or
bottle.
something.
Yeah, $5 a bottle or whatever
Yeah.
it is for a litre, mind you.
Yeah.
Premium juice dealer. The other one is the egg stealer.
Egg stealer. Very common.
Carton of eggs.
The thing about the egg stealer...
mentally, it's just a case of, I'll just pinch a couple of eggs. They're not going to know.
Absolutely. And do you know, because there's a dozen in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you have to open the carton to see how many are in there. You're not like you're going in there and going, hang on a minute, there's only 100 ml of my juice left. You're not opening up and going, hang on a minute, there's only 6 eggs left. What's going on here? No, you don't know, because you don't check until you have them.
Yeah.
3 weeks later, no eggs there.
Now, I'm probably guilty of a bit of a steal every now and then.
I think I'm only guilty of a steal once I've been stolen from.
Yeah, I reckon probably true.
Yeah. Well, hang on a minute. Well, got to even it out. So that's what I kind of think.
I'm certainly steal of like a bit of. I'm certainly guilty of a bit of a butter steal or a margarine steal because
Not a problem.
I don't eat it.
Milk and butter, I think.
No, milk's annoying.
Milk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What happens when you run out of milk?
Well, you can't. If you're stealing, you can't.
If you're the stealer, you can't take the last bit.
You can't take the last bit. Absolutely. Okay. Well, so at what point does it get to where you can? And this is super awkward. Where you can say something when you go, hang on a minute. I was actually really looking forward to that yogurt on my breakfast. Can you buy me another tub? Or hang on a minute. This morning I went to have some peanut butter on my toast, like I did, and it wasn't. And there was only
the whole
there.
peanut butter jar's gone.
It's been wiped out just about.
Are you kidding me?
I was fuming, pacing up and down. At what point can you go? You know, say something.
Don't know. I don't know how you say that sort of stuff.
So awkward.
Unless you just don't care. Maybe you just got to take an attitude of I just don't care. I'm going to say something.
Yeah, I think so. Get it out in the open.
But what I was going to say is we've bought some beautiful steaks. Shell bought some beautiful steaks, not knowing our housemate was going to be home.
Ooh.
And we normally cook for our housemate when he's home. And all that
you
sort of
do?
thing,
That's nice.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just part of the
Factor
thing.
that
You throw it. And so Shell's bought some steaks, not knowing he's going to be home. Went to the market steaks. And I know you love your market food bits.
I love my market food.
Yeah, so
I'm there every weekend.
Delicious market steaks, right?
Yeah.
Nice fillet steak for Shell and I.
Yeah.
And our housemate's got home. You're home. Okay, all right. We better duck down to the supermarket. Just a supermarket steak.
Supermarket steak.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
can also
It can be good.
Can be good, but not market steak.
It's not market steak. Certainly not market steak.
Anyway, so I've cooked the steaks on the barbecue.
You're a great barbecue chef.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just prop you up a bit.
Just a standard nailed the steaks magnificently again.
Well done. Hats off.
Beautiful, medium rare, delicious, wonderful. Really looking forward to this steak.
Yeah.
As I bring the steaks into the kitchen to Shell before she serves up, I say, these two on this side of the plate are ours. That one's the supermarket steak.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Get inside,
Don't
come
tell
out to the dinner table. I'm eating my... and I think I said, because I might have slightly overdone the supermarket steak because it's a little bit thinner. Yeah. So I might have overdone it a little bit.
Not
more.
as good quality.
Well, exactly.
Doesn't
so I made a comment to the housemate. Sorry, I might have overcooked your steak there.
Did you go, yours is there?
No. This is before. So I sat down. It was before we started eating. I've just cut in without even looking. Yeah. Sorry, I might have overcooked yours. And I looked down as I've cut mine, and I'm already at the plate.
I know.
I've got the supermarket steak.
Oh no! How did that happen?
Shell stuffed it.
She stuffed it. Got the steaks mixed up.
Yeah, she's done a steak switch.
Steak switch.
Yeah.
So at that point,
an incorrect steak switch.
Excuse me, housemate. I think you've
got you can't do that, can you?
No, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, it was a bit disappointing.
It's very disappointing. Anything with food and not getting what you want is disappointing, I think.
Yeah.
Lenny, your wedding's coming up. You've been working out?
Haven't really been working out.
No. So you're just going with, that's your general weight. You're not trying to go on any kind of,
you mean
rapid diet.
Weight loss?
Yeah, weight loss,
No. Hasn't crossed my mind. No.
Hasn't crossed your mind?
No.
Eating healthy, any jogs, maybe a bit of yoga, get a bit of sweat on. What about
maybe I probably should, actually.
Of course you should. Isn't it what everyone does?
Yeah, but what I don't understand,
you got to look tip-top.
Everyone fires up to look good for their wedding, right?
Yep. And then blow out straight after.
And then blow out straight after. What's the point?
I don't know. I guess they're the photos that are going to last and everyone looks at them.
Who looks at the wedding photos? This is my other question. Who looks at wedding photos?
I guess your friends, family.
When?
You and yourself?
Once? Because when they come round after the wedding, you go, you should look at our wedding photos.
Probably. Facebook, maybe. People post them up on Facebook.
My thought is, even if I lost a kilo, maybe I need to lose a kilo. I don't think I'm terribly overweight.
No, you're not at all. You're in pretty good shape.
Exactly.
Go a kilo. Why don't you just...
But if I did lose a kilo, is anyone going to be able to tell that to my normal a photo of me on the wedding day?
Probably not, no.
Exactly. So there's no point me doing anything.
I was nodding there and thinking, yeah, of course they will. But then I was like, well, no, there's actually no chance. Unless it's a dramatic weight loss.
I'm on top of my weight.
Okay, so
it's not
females,
an issue.
what about Shell and the bridesmaids? Surely they're
Shell's on top
hard.
of her weight. She's fine.
Yeah, okay, just keeping it consistent.
No need to chop and change, I reckon.
What I find funny with... going for runs and jogging and stuff like that, Len. Moving on, sorry.
Yeah.
Related. People that I see running on the streets with backpacks on. You see joggers with backpacks.
Yeah, because they've probably got their work clothes in there or something like that.
No. These to me look like they're...
Extra weight.
Yeah, extra weight.
Being heroes.
Still being heroes. Still going with that one. I mean, didn't that go out in the 80s or something? You know, I mean, I just...
You may as well carry the little dumbbells that they run along with.
Yeah, well, that's the other one, isn't it? That perplexes me. The other thing that...
Just on joggers.
Yeah.
You going to another jogger?
I've got another jogger.
Well, what's the one for you? Because I think it might be the same one for me.
Jogging venues. And, we've talked about walking and walking down the street. And if you're on a busy Saturday or Sunday, say you're walking down Chapel Street, very busy street here in Melbourne for our international listeners. So many of them.
Don't undersell.
No, that's right. Chapel Street is probably not the place you're going to be.
It's public jogging.
I'm talking about public jogging. That's what I'm getting to.
Basically, you want to show everyone that you're jogging.
Exactly. I mean, there are thousands of people on Chapel Street walking there on a Saturday or Sunday. Thousands.
Yep.
Going for a jog, weaving in and out, public jogging, and what is even worse is when someone's running with their dog in busy places.
Oh.
What are they doing?
And the lead's just going to close on someone and take them out. No,
of course.
Just my one, which you didn't mention there, joggers. When they get to lights, this is my favourite thing. You're in the car and you're watching them. Why?
No, this is one of the great ones.
Why do they keep jogging on the spot? They get to the lights, they can't go, and they just do the little jog on the spot. It's like, don't want to lose the momentum. Gotta keep going.
Keep the heart rate up.
Gotta keep the heart rate up.
What I find even better is when people get to the lights, they press the button, and they're a bit unsure. Do I jog on the spot or do I stop? And they kind of do the half one.
Yeah. Want to keep moving.
Do I stop? But I gotta keep going. It looks so awkward.
It is bloody hilarious, the half jog when people are you're at the lights and you're waiting for the lights to go, and then the lights goes, they go, and they're off straight away.
Take off again. Oh, good work. Oh, you're so fit. It's good stuff, isn't it?
What else, Fitz?
Well, I think we're just about good, Len.
Are we going to finish up there?
No, we're not going to finish up just there. One or two more things. I sent you a text early today, and I went for a question mark accidentally. Now, when you, typos in text happen all the time. What kills me, especially if you're writing, so you might write to the opposite sex, and you put a question mark, but the exclamation mark is right next to the question mark.
This is a big bugbear of mine.
And you're looking so, all of a sudden you're looking so excited, so keen, so eager. Don't mean it, of course. The accidental exclamation mark.
Not even the accidental one. I've built a habit.
How would you like to go to a movie?
I've built it as a bit of a habit when I write things to just throw an exclamation mark in as my punctuation.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. I don't know why I do it.
I don't
finish
like
a sentence with an exclamation mark. You know why it is? I think it's to show that you're happy about something. Sort of statement in a message because you can't convey tone. Exactly
absolutely.
Right.
There's no tone in messages.
So you're right. Great to hear from you! Exclamation mark.
What I find really funny is when
you must have had a great time on the weekend.
No, when sometimes when people, say girls or guys in romantic situations, well, you didn't give me anything in your text. You were giving me nothing in your text the other day. Because
what do you mean?
Well, exactly. What do you mean? Hang on a minute, I was super excited to be messaging you.
What am I supposed to do?
It's because you didn't put 5 exclamation marks in, because there's all that tone and stuff. There's no tone in messages. How can you tell if I'm excited or not? Exclamation marks, I guess.
One thing you were excited about the other week when we were just watching a bit of football.
Often excited then.
Oh, you are often excited. We're watching the football and we've done a bit of a channel surf at 3/4 time.
Yes.
And one of the channels is you've seen The Notebook. Now, look, that's fine. We watched a bit of The Notebook in the ads. That's fine. I don't mind that. It's 3/4 time break.
Yeah, okay.
And then we've gone back to the football. The football's a bit boring, to be fair. It wasn't a great match. And you've just gone, hey, Len, how about we switch it back to The Notebook? You want to tell us about that?
Well, I think the worst thing was, same a bird, if I'm a bird, you're... I think I quoted it.
You did? Yes! You did.
If I'm a bird, you're a bird.
Yeah, you did.
There's a bit of a scene where on the beach and, she's flapping her wings. And,
you just nailed the quote of The Notebook.
Oh, it's just a little
if you know that well, why do you want to watch it again?
Because I guess it's nice, it just makes you feel good. Nice feeling, that movie. It gives you a nice feeling. Oh, Jesus. Moving on. It's a classic. It's a romantic classic.
Well, while we're on romance, The Bachelor.
Oh,
The Bachelor
what
I think we both watched it, and we both assessed it, how we're going, and we thought...
we spoke about it for about half an hour.
First of all, would you go on The Bachelor?
No, I wouldn't go on The Bachelor.
Why not?
Why would you go on The Bachelor? You look like an idiot.
Well, I like the idea of doing it, but without the TV cameras there.
Great idea. Do you know what? I reckon he loves the idea of doing it without the TV cameras there. He's going, what I really want to do is take you in my room right now. That's what he's thinking. Yeah. He's thinking, this is so annoying. I'm going to make out with 10 girls.
Only kiss them, and then they'll go back and talk about me. And all that sort of thing.
I've got to go another gay date. This is killing me. Yeah. Cameras go off. All right, who's in? Who's up? That's what's happening.
Well, that's what I wonder if that's happening.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Tell me though, would you? You're saying, would you go on it as the guy, or would you go on it? Say they had a
bachelorette. They did have a bachelorette.
They do a bachelorette. They do have it in the States all the time. I think. Would you go on it? What? If you were,
I just couldn't handle the games.
No,
it's hard.
Head hurting.
Back in the day, it was hard enough picking up in a club with a million guys around, circling around the one bachelorette,
competing with 15 or 20.
Who think they're absolute King Kong.
I know, a lot of heroes floating around there.
Oh, it would be very annoying.
Very interesting, the mix of girls I have in The Bachelor. One said she believed in love at first sight, maybe. She fell in love on the first or second, time after meeting this guy. A lot of interesting stuff going on. Surely he's going, cuckoo, get me out of here.
I reckon he is, and I reckon... You'd like to do a bit of... he does the sit-down chats to the camera afterwards, You'd like to see what he's actually saying, because he can't say anything really
what he's
harsh
saying
about
is
him.
The script that the producer gives him and say, oh, you better mention her, you better...
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
It's just a manufactured show, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely rubbish.
So Bids has signed up for season 3 of The Bachelor.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it. The Bachelor bid.
Coming to the end of the show, Bid,
We have.
It's been good to be back on air with you.
Been good to be back. There's going to be plenty more coming up, Len, because we've got plenty going on, don't we?
We do have a lot going on.
Yeah, so there's going to be lots of banter. Make sure you tune in, everybody. Looking forward to speaking to you soon.
See you later.